I think they can do it. I think they got this.
A lot of mental has really been stretched pretty far because, like we said, both teams have gone through. Purdue Northwestern has played 6 total matches today so far, because both of their sets go into a third match. Grand Valley's only played 1 less than that, so there's been a lot of Smash Brothers played today so far. And as it looks like we're getting things set up here.
Pokemon Stadium too for our stadium or for our map. And we got Kazoo versus Swimmingly.
All right, so we're starting with a Meta Knight versus Luigi. This is going to be an interesting one because Meta Knight has the aerial mobility, and the ladder confirms that we've seen time and time again. But Luigi is really just, grab you once and you're dead.
Yeah.
This also pretty wide open stage, PS2. There's a lot of space to run around, and those platforms, yes, they're very, very important, but oh, wow, already.
Oh, that was a very early kill from Meta Knight. Gimped Luigi off the side.
We struggled a lot to kill this Luigi, and to see one of those happen right off the bat, it's like, dang, why can't we get one of those?
But that is not a good start for Grand Valley.
No, actually, that is a very... They are flipped around. That's a very good start for Grand Valley because Swimmingly is playing for Purdue Northwestern. Purdue Northwestern already down 1 stock. And, so... There you go. Oh, down throw uppy. Not going to kill just at not high enough percent, but, knowing that those are on line is trouble because you cannot land on top of Luigi.
Nope.
Land on top of Luigi, just a lazy thing where if you're not, carefull, even if you land in front or behind, you're still going to be taken for a ride, and that uppy is still going to kill you. Those
Does Luigi get gimped here?
These are the kind of offstage pressure moves you need to make. Side B not landing, but
the air dodge. That is unfortunate for Luigi. Getting gimped at low percentage twice.
But still, is only down 1 stock because Luigi has that incredible ability to come back with the up B kills. But if you're just gonna let it rip like that, you're gonna be calling an uphill battle. Reset neutral.
Yeah, either it's Luigi messing up those recoveries or Meta Knight really playing to his strengths of edge guarding, but
wow,
Luigi's definitely having some trouble near the ledge, it would appear.
Not going to get a misfire, but still just making it back easy peasy. Side beat, 4 stage on ledge, off stage, another neutral.
Okay. That shouldn't be it. Luigi should be able. Oh, nope, the air dodge.
Good job, Good job from GV there, starting off strong, getting pretty much just taking quick work of that Luigi. Got 2 offstage gimps that looked pretty nice, and then really just sort of put him away and did not let Luigi recover 1 bit.
Yeah, Meta Knight was definitely keeping with the pressure. So, do you have any ideas about who Purdue might put out next against this Meta Knight?
I think it might be the Bowser Jr. player. The Bowser Jr. player typically was their opener, and every time they opened, they were able to at least take a good amount of stocks, whether it be 2 or I think 4 on one occasion in that 3rd game. So I would say there, but I do know they've been having controller troubles for most of the day. So I would still expect them to come out next, but there wouldn't be anything wrong with sending out the Young Link player as well, who clutched up and took the set for their previous.
That is
set.
a fantastic pick for the Meta Knight, bringing it to College Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more wide open space with some short sides that Meta Knight will be able to really work their game plan.
Yep, and those 2 platforms on the side will allow Meta Knight to camp really easily.
Mm-hmm. And then you can also you do drop down down beast, the Shadow Cloak. You can use that as well pretty well.
Yeah, Meta Knight can bounce between those 2 platforms pretty easily.
Yep, and like I said, here we go. It's going to be the
Bowser Jr.
Yeah, the Ludwig von Koopa.
Just waiting for them to start the game. There we go. Okay. So, Meta Knight versus Bowser Jr. on Colo Stadium.
The Bowser Jr. has a lot of deception. It's a wonky character. So is like you kind of know the game plan coming in with Meta Knight. It's very fast, fast mobility, ladder combos that's going to take you up, but also Bowser Jr. has very similar ladder combos and more projectile games to play with the cannonball and the next control. But that's the wonkiest part of it, is the rapid jab that kills and the forward throw that also kills at a very unique angle.
For sure.
So a lot of horizontal kills are going to be coming out from the Bowser Jr. And I think it's going to play really well to this college stage pick.
Bowser Jr. is getting a very early lead on Meta Knight in terms of percentage.
And that's what Purdue Northwestern needs to really pay attention to and get this thing back in even game.
Yeah, they definitely want to clutch up this round.
Yep. Tornado off the stage is going to do it. Another stock taken here.
Okay. So that is not the best for Purdue. They definitely wanted to try to escape this game without losing stocks, but they can still finish off this Meta Knight without losing another.
But, or are they, or they're not?
They are not. Meta Knight carries them off the side of the map.
That makes 5, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we all sort of shoot for when we're playing in this format. Is you want to take 3 to 5. That's like the goal, because if you take that much, then you know you're going to be sitting on a lead.
Yeah, going even or more, you're doing really well for your team. If you can put your team at an advantage, or if you can remove your team's disadvantage, it's doing really well.
What goes up must come down. And there on stage, more offstage pressure. A place where Bowser Jr. really struggles because they're very strong on stage with the weight and stuff, but once they're off, oh my goodness gracious.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Ludwig still lives. So what could have been literally just frames away from being a even bigger lead for GV, now it's pretty much just the same lead that they had before.
Yeah. So hopefully this Bowser Jr. can take a couple more stocks off of Grand Valley, really even things up.
I'm trying to think now who Grand Valley would most likely send in. Corrin, a very viable option here. Big sword to be swinging around. Lots of range to do with some of Bowser Jr.'s more wacky options. The K. Rool, another character that can just sort of deal with Bowser Jr.'s projectile game, just sort of throwing around the crown, cannonball, whatever, what have you. And then unfortunately, I forget their third player, but yeah. It's
yeah.
The ball is in GV's court right now. They can either you either put him away with with a strong performance of whoever sent out next, or this thing can be even in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. GV's definitely going to want to try and clean up this Bowser Jr. before they're able to take too much off of their next player.
Mm-hmm. Gonna say it better. Now we're just carefully deliberating on what stage to go with next.
Ooh.
Since we also don't exactly know the player coming out next, it leaves more to, we can sort of gauge that depending on what stage they pick. So if it's going to be something, a lot more close range, we can expect possibly that K. Rool. There's something more wide open would probably benefit the Corrin. So.
And I believe the losing player, or the winning player bans 3 stages, I believe, and then the losing player gets to pick.
Yep, so whoever's coming in for GV right now, this is their stage to pick. Wow, they are thinking. Okay, we're going to PS2.
On Pokemon Stadium 2.
The classic, the gentleman, when in doubt, go to PS2.
A very neutral stage.
Depending on who you ask, yes. In many ways, it is such a neutral stage, but when playing against like zoner characters and somebody's got to make a tag because, have a big intermission, and you got a big intermission, and then, it's common courtesy to just sort of sit down, rotate through your team, and put all your tags in at the same time to make sure, okay, we don't have to deal with this. But soon, I'm trying to think of who that could be.
Soon is going to be joining the roster. I believe that's a Grand Valley player.
Yes, it should be.
I could be wrong on that because I'm pretty sure I've seen most, if not all, of Purdue so far.
I would hope so. It'd be kind of weird if Purdue Northwestern had like another
Just
one of their
a
players.
pocket pick that they pull out in the third game they've played in.
Well, I mean, like, they still have the same player in. It's still the Bowser Jr. So it'd be weird if like they had one of your teammates like, hey, instead of sending in the next player, just here, let me put my tag in real quick.
And let's see.
Dang,
what
they
go
are
for.
thinking. Yes,
Soon
I
is
forgot
going
the
for
Rob. Getting back into it. This, this is benefiting. This is a stage that benefits both characters because both players can sort of be up in your face. Obviously, we've seen the ladder combos from Bowser Jr. as well as the ability to get across the stage, like big horizontal spaces very quickly with the car. But Rob has a lot of the same capabilities. So another character that can be both a zoner and a boxer depending on how they want to play. And while it is a very big body though, so it's going to be comboed just as easily as Bowser Jr. These characters, a lot of similar things in common. It's just Rob has more consistency to their gameplay.
For sure.
And more car setup, and that's
Definitely
one
feels
of the
like
hardest things to do in this game. Pick up gyro.
Very true.
Up there, classic stuff. And when you know you're not going to get a kill, it's one of the many things you can do. Like if your opponent doesn't mash out, it's very easy to see it again, and eventually, it's another mix-up that you can do instead of say just like down throw up smash, because eventually both of them are going to kill, both options. So
one thing that Bowser Jr. does have to watch out for is that Rob side B, which can deflect the cannonball.
Yep, can deflect the cannonball. Oh my gosh.
Rob cleans up this match. So that was a pretty short game.
I mean, it's it's
yeah. Bowser Jr. was at one stock left, was not able to pick up a kill on the Rob before getting knocked out.
But still, good play from the Rob. We saw a bit of a cursed kill screen there with the back air. Seemed like the entirety of Bowser Jr. was away on the other side of Rob, but no, that back air still connects. It'll catch you in ways you didn't really expect, and
yeah, sometimes the hitbox is kind of wonky.
Yeah, sometimes the game, what setup you sit on, the game just sort of predetermines who's going to win without you knowing, in the ways of RNG mechanics. Am I still salty? No.
Yeah. So that leaves us with Rob versus whoever.
I think this is where the youngling
Purdue
comes out.
Yeah, I could definitely see the youngling coming out here.
Or they go back to the Roy, because I know game one against Ferris State, they had a Roy pick. It was either Roy or he was also debating Crom. So
bring it back to Kahlo Stadium. Another
wide open stage that would indicate.
Are they pulling out Exodus?
No, if only.
No, he is on. Is he on Purdue?
Exodus?
I didn't think he was. No, that's.
Exodus goes to Davenport.
Yeah, okay.
Exodus is a Davenport player, tried and true. Exodus has been at Davenport for as long as I've been at Ferris. Just fill some time, and here we go. We get more of the young link. So more Ruby with the young link.
You did predict the young link correctly.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Kahlo stage. You kind of already tell, like, okay, they're probably gonna go with the zone or somebody that can create a lot of space and sort of just chuck the kitchen sink at you from far away. Funnily enough, both characters are capable of doing that. Rob with gyro and lasers, and then Youngling with the boomerang and arrows. Even bombs to a certain extent, but that's that's precarious. A lot of it's
keeping him on the ledge pretty well, not letting him gain a state of neutral.
I think the Youngling has to be more focused on the recovery. Oh wow, that is just death.
Well-placed gyro, and that second hit from the gyro.
No, actually, they pulled out a bomb.
That was a bomb.
Yeah, an attempt at bomb recovery. Unfortunately, didn't have the horizontal momentum to make it back, but still, great idea. Down tilt ledge. This is one of those things that, on paper, this matchup goes heavily in Youngling's favor, just because Youngling has the ability to have the combo game, throw out a lot of buttons really fast. It's just going to keep Rob in the air and unable to do anything. So, but right now, we're seeing a bit of that opposite with Soon really just sort of being all over this. Utilizing Rob projectiles, especially gyro. Some people say one button neutral. Yep. That's the biggest, one of the biggest things you have to be careful of in this match. Is watching out for Rob's back, because that thing will take your stock in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of strong and falling side B.
That spin cycle taken to the brink on that. Up smash, but that is a head, as some people will say. Rob is head. Second time's a charm, still not doing it.
Not taking the stock.
Rob is dense.
Young Link's definitely looking for at least one stock before they get knocked out again.
Down tilt ledge, I like that. Low pressure at ledge. Not that you get. Oh wow, wow!
She's able to take it.
I'm surprised that connected.
Yeah, one thing about this not Rob player, the Young Link player, especially in like the earlier games, they really like rolling or spot dodging and then doing a up smash or a down smash.
Well, now that it seems like the grabs are connecting, they're doing a lot more in the ways of their combo moves. So I know that can be a struggle for a lot of people. And yep, that, folks, is one of the strongest nairs in the game. Only Adult Link has the same kind of nair, but that's even stronger. And oh my goodness, another up smash kill. And just like that,
Young Link is able to take 2 stocks off of Rob in this game.
Purdue Northwestern clawing their way back. Four. If they can make this 7, if they can make it 4-6, it's still going to be a mountain to climb. But you know, it's a much more doable mountain, as we saw previously against with Purdue Northwestern versus Ferris State.
For sure, Young Link is just comboing this Rob. He's having difficulty getting in.
But this is the sort of this is sort of the story of a Young Link, is they can get their confirms, they can get that's the problem. They can rack up percent, they can combo very, very well, but they struggle to get their confirms. If the percent builds too high, then they're just sort of fishing for their options. Because there's sort of that golden percent where they want to get down tilt double fair, because that's a tried and true, but that's unnecessary.
The Rob hits the spike. This is
Soon
not
you can put that on your
for
Twitter.
Purdue.
Soon, look at me. I'm looking dead in the camera to look at you for when you watch this back later, and to tell you, you can put that on your Twitter. But people are gonna say things about it, because, yeah, Spike's a spike. It feels good, doesn't it? But was it necessary? Entirely necessary. It's gonna be interesting to see who comes out next. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be it is gonna be interesting to see who comes out next.
Purdue
but
does
there's
still
only one
have
option.
a chance.
Purdue does have a chance because their strongest player, Z, remains the Joker that took me like the length of game 1, and then in game 3 took me out as well. So very, very good Joker.
Definitely seen a good showing from this Joker so far.
Well, they got to put the team on their back and take 7 stocks in a row. It's a tall order. I think it would be the most stocks any player on either team has taken all day.
3, 2, 1.
We did have one MTU player take 12 stocks.
Yeah. I think I misspoke them, but okay. And here we go, getting right into it. Or maybe. Okay. Second time's a charm with the taunt. Couple up airs, and this is where we see Z really, really shine, is not letting your opponent land. When you're in disadvantage and you're forcing your opponent to make an option, Z has been consistently snuffing out any and all landing options. So still, Soon unable to even really recover.
For sure.
Having to force back to ledge, and even now they're on stage, but for how long? Because Z has just pushed them from one side to the other.
Yeah, this is going really well for Z. If Z can just get a bit more percentage, maybe get Arsene and clean up this Rob before losing a stock, yeah, that's the hope, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you got to make sure though, folks. Okay, double up air doesn't have the drag down. They knew Rob just heavy enough that if they get the drag down up air on that first time, the up smash wasn't gonna kill. But that might be one of the keys to Z's longevity to make this comeback. Is Joker's side B is a damage over time. So you land that thing once, your opponent's at least taking 11% without Arsene, even more with Arsene. So that might be something to look for.
Z's looking for that back air.
Yeah, it's such a fast move as well. But there's the spin cycle, and that's gonna do so much damage and knock Arsene away. Gotta be careful, don't let it get spiked. Back throw. Wow.
Yep, there we go.
No kills, no kill spark or anything. Just like you're going, son.
Yeah.
And who remains for GV? I believe it is a K Rule and a It is a K Rule and a Corrin.
Okay.
Arguably, their two strongest players remain. So this is gonna be a
Z's
tall
definitely
order.
got a hard fight ahead of him. Best case scenario would be hopefully surviving this next game with 2 stocks, but
yeah, you essentially have to from here on out either you're asking yourself for either a 3 stock or at most a very easy 2 stock. The amount of mistakes you can make at this point is very, very few, if any. So it's a tall order, but the way we've seen Z play today, definitely think they're up to the task.
yeah, definitely possible for Z to clutch this up.
As it looks like we're hovering Yoshi's story for the stage pick, which would leave me to believe, actually, no, Town and City. Yes,
Yep.
Town and City. I think it's going to be the Corrin because of that pick.
You know, I think I would agree.
Much more open stage that while we did see K Rule do a lot with Cannonball and Crown, Corrin's ability to close space with stuff like dash attack and the pin and everything definitely plays. Yep, here's the Corrin. God, I'm good.
Yeah, you're so smart.
God, I'm good. And if you enjoyed this commentary and enjoyed this this format of Smash we're playing, be sure to tune in to Nate Star Thursday nights starting at 7 o'clock on Twitch TV for more collegiate crew battle action.
Okay.
We're going to get in trouble for that, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah. What are you going to do, taking that commentary? Okay, roll back on stage still. Z keeping up the pressure here, doing a great job of it, putting percent on early on Julian. Julian getting a down throw. This is the kind of stuff you're going to want to see is not really. Julian's going to be fishing for these back airs, but you can't really just sort of sit with the pin in the ground like you want to, because Joker is fast enough to where you can be able to close that distance where if you miss, you're not even going to be able to spin it around on it.
So far, it's been fairly even, at least until Joker got Arsene.
There's another dash attack keeping off stage,
Corrin
forcing
just
recovery
shot
again.
ahead in percentage.
Interesting decision there, having the platform, still falling through to take ledge. Okay, there's that hesitation on shield, but more of that side B that's going to tick up in percent, and you see how much damage it does, putting Corrin from 130 to 151, and it's going to do even more. Corrin should be done once whenever.
There's the back air we're looking for.
That side B went its whole way. Corrin would have been around 170. I see somebody check my math on that. Ooh, gets the regrab up B. Feeling him. Z is feeling himself.
He is. Quite the demonstration.
Z is in the kitchen right now, cooking up something spicy to will Purdue Northwest back into this thing. And there's another F smash. That's going to be another stock. My goodness, Z, you, my friend, are cooking. And look at what we said, folks, early on. Z has to come out of this thing either 3 stocking or at most coming out of this thing with 2 stocks. So still on track, but at 117, 118, it could be another Arsene before Julian's able to take this 4th stock. Careful, create space, reset neutral. At this point, because you have such momentum, you can force Julian to approach.
For sure.
Okay. Getting there. Okay, I like that patience, seeing what your opponent's going to do, hoping for a roll in. Not going to get it. Instead, the pin is going to land, and Arsene is back again. Looking for the stock, gets a reflect, 2 almost dying off of it.
Looking for a downer? Nope.
Uppy not going to connect. Forward tilt not going to land either. Kind of looking for some sort of Hail Mary is Julian, but not finding anything so far. It's still just sort of throwing out dash attacks, looking for any sort of safe option. Missing a punish was Julian that could have at least taken one stock, but there is another side B that's going to tick up more and more damage. Dash attack on
Dash attack.
Oh, I'd like, good idea. Going for the reflector. What are you? Wanted to sort of reset neutral by. Oh my goodness! No way! No way!
Air. Oh, Z cleans it up with a 3 stock. This next game is entirely possible. It's evened up. It sounds like you were saying K. Rool most likely versus this Joker.
I just want you folks to remember. I basically called this. I said everything Z has to do, and I want to remind you folks that no, they cannot hear us. So I've had to literally play against everybody that is in this match right now. So I more than anybody legitimately know what they're capable of in this scenario. So yes, it's going to be the K. Rool versus the Joker, all down on this. This is going to be an interesting matchup because yes, K. Rool is going to be combo food for Joker, but we all saw how, although no, sorry, it was an off-stream match when Ferris State played Grand Valley.
King K. Rool is definitely able to pull out some funny things with his projectiles and his super armor. Super armor? It is super armor.
Yeah, super armor. But we also like belly armor. This like unique
tough
form
guy,
of unique form of belly armor that K. Rool has localized directly to the belly. That if you break is essentially a double, like another form of a shield break. So should be in this. Interesting, but yeah, I can predict a lot of the play style of this K. Rool. You're going to see a very, very safe style of K. Rool. Somebody that's just going to go for a lot of, down throw grabs and it confirms, whether it be up tilt. They're going to throw a lot of crowns, and they're going to throw even more cannonballs. The blunderbuss vacuum basically helped GV win their match against Ferris. Still not salty about it. And it got the K. Rool very, very far. It took a lot of stocks. It was very, very difficult to deal with because it always seemed to beat everything. You wouldn't. They're gonna stand on platform with the vacuum going, but they can drop through and still have the vacuum. So you can't jump from ledge because they're gonna get you on the platform with the blunderbuss vacuum. You can't just neutral get up because they'll drop through and catch that. You can't roll through because they'll drop down, and you cannot even roll through vacuum. It is a sort of a one move knowledge check. Like, I get around it, figure it out. I like to think of it as like Smash is really, in this case, it's solving puzzles as fast as you can at its base. You're like, okay, they're gonna keep throwing stuff at me like this. I already have Arsene out. What am I gonna do? Gotta solve this puzzle. You gotta solve the puzzle of your opponent's play style. And K. Rool, more than anybody, is really just chucking Rubik's Cubes at you as fast as he can, saying solve, 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 solve. But going deep, maybe looking for an Arsene spike, not going to find it. There you go. There are ways to actually cheese K. Rool's own win box to sort of give you a little boost and end up behind him. The key to this matchup is going to be something called Tomahawk, and there we go, another back air, and just like that, Purdue Northwestern has the lead in this game 1. More Rebels Guard damage, and already Z almost has Arsene back. But to go back to my previous point, the key to playing against this K. Rool, shout out to Popel from Northwood University, it's going to be the Tomahawk, where basically you essentially full hop around K. Rool, making him think you're going to throw out an aerial, but instead you just sort of like do nothing, land behind him, and then turn around and grab him. Nice little so for you folks out there.
Joker is going to be running out of Arsene pretty soon.
But I mean, yes, but Shane here has been more than welcome to give Joker more and more Arsene by just throwing the kid
out these projectiles. They're really easy to.
Nice double up air into regrab on platform. Another up air, but there's the belly. Yep. See him?
There's Z losing his first stock, but he does have a very large percentage lead on Shane. Shane is not looking too good.
A very similar situation we see for Z as the first game against Ferris State, where he sort of came in and put in the work to close out everything, putting the team on his back, if you will. And now down gun, gonna interrupt, but still it's very hard to gimp the croc. Big Buck going deep again.
Oh, went just a bit too deep on that one.
as I say it, the Croc, the first time today I've seen missing and unable to recover. And Arsene is back out again.
Joker's definitely looking to get a lot of damage on this.
Yep,
K. Rool.
Sort of the game plan with Joker is how much can you maximize Arsene when Arsene is out, and that's going to be a spike. And is this went for it again. Doesn't find it. Still putting on more damage. And there you go. That little extra push, like the Joker moved a little faster.
Yeah, Joker just keeps slipping right underneath that.
The wind box.
Yeah.
Arsene is gone. Drag down. Oh, one of the down smash. Not going to get it. Busting his face on stage. There you go. Little vacuum cleaner. Yoop.
K. Rool is doing a great job at holding him at ledge.
Yep, like that idea. Still going to make it back. And here we go, folks. Still, K. Rool at 100% is going to have a lot more rage than Joker. It's all, but you got to be careful. You don't want to just sort of give Joker Arsene, but that's kind of what K. Rool has done here. And now, at 100% against Arsene, this is going to be a tall order. You kind of got to get 3 out of 3 reads here to win it. You can't be eating these side Bs. Oh!
Hits the tech, though.
Up smash not killing because the Croc is heavy.
Joker's definitely looking for a back throw or a back air.
Yep, back throw again. Gets up air. Down to the wire here. Suddenly, this is back to being either team's game. Z has to close it out here, both players.
Z's having a tough time trying to get in against this K. Rool.
A big risky F smash there. You got to be careful getting back to the ledge. On stage, there is the blunderbuss vacuum again. Like I said, you cannot roll through it, but Arsene is back out to play. Shane going for that big Croc spike. Not going to do it, but oh my gosh, great tech from Shane.
Z really wants that back air.
More side B that's going to put up more damage as the Croc sits and rises to 180%.
I believe that side B should be killing.
No, because at this point he's landed it too much where it's gotten stale.
Yeah.
Can land it till the cows come home, but the back throw at 210, no down throw, still not going to do it. I think back throw might have had a better chance, but still. She can cut the tension with a knife, as you can even feel it from both players playing downstairs. Back air, middle stage, gonna do it.
Wow. Is that 7 stocks, I believe?
What did I say? Z's going to come in, going to need to take 7, and what does he do? Comes in and takes 7. Good job.
Fantastic playing from Purdue there.
Yeah, Z the Beast, as I talked with the team before coming up here and joining commentary. Yeah, they both said Z's a beast. Z's a monster, and we're seeing that firsthand. Just coming out and cleaning house. Two full players and a bonus 7 stock. My goodness.
With that Purdue victory, I believe that means that Purdue is going up next against.
However, if I remind you, that's only match 1. They still have to win a whole another match in this best of 3 crew battle format. I think the key going forward has to be you neutralize the Joker, because you managed to make it to the last player on their team with 7 full stocks remaining. The Rob and the Meta Knight did a very good job heavy lifting for you, but really when it came down to it, you have to
deal with Z.
The problem with that, though, is I feel like going forward, Z is going to remain their anchor. So you are going to be put in a similar situation where you have to make it through the rest of their team to get to that Joker. So if you're already going against them with 7 stocks and you can't do it, you have to take a step back, reevaluate your game plan here, and say, if we had 2 players that typically are more middle of the pack and counter pick players, like the Meta Knight and the Rob, which both really performed, do you want to swap that up and send out the K. Rool first, or even the Corrin first, one of your, on paper, stronger players, to try and make an even bigger lead early, so that way you have an even bigger buffer for when the Joker comes out. Yeah, and what it came down to towards the end there was how does the Meta Knight go against the Joker? How does the Rob? Actually, we saw how the Rob went against the Joker with 1 stock, but in a full 3 stock situation, you want to take a step back and say, do we keep our game plan, hope the players can build an even bigger lead by the time we get to the Joker, or do we want to flip it up? And because it all really comes down to Z. Not saying the rest of like
no competition.
Yeah, not to put anything down on the rest of Purdue Northwestern. They're still fantastic players. I mean, they kicked my butt. So it's sort of that the coaching thing that you get a lot more behind the scenes look at. Like, this is really what the 2 teams are doing down there. They're getting a little bit of a break.
Speaking of breaks, we are going to throw this to a quick intermission while we wait for the next round to come around.
I'll be right back.
Feeling of being here, the feeling that I was a part of a family.
I'm part of something. I'm a part of something bigger. I'm a part of Purdue.
Welcome back to set 2 of Grand Valley versus Purdue.
Yes, welcome back indeed. It's going to be another hot one, as it seems like Julian is starting off with the Wolf, something we haven't seen from them yet today. And we're getting another rare pick, the offline Zelda, to start out. Going to PS2, going to be an interesting pick here as well. I want to give a quick shout out and a big quick shout out to Hungrybox for making it into the next Smash Ultimate Summit. That's what that Juantan will buy you, baby. Love to see it. Hope it's going to be a really fun time to see more Jigglypuff at Ultimate Summit. And make sure, if you have any votes remaining, vote for Onin. Get Michigan in. But enough about that. Time for some GLIAC crew battle action as we get into game number 2 here at GV Purdue Northwestern and the Zelda. Interesting.
No, we didn't see either of these players last time.
Well, so we did see both these players. We didn't see either of these characters.
We didn't see them on
last time.
these characters.
Yes. The Zelda offers a. That's what the Zelda offers. It's very setup-based character. They're gonna set up the Phantom. They're gonna sort of get all their other stuff going, but everything hits like a truck on the Zelda. And speaking of hitting like a truck, that Wolf down smash is gonna hit like a truck as well and make this thing straight even. And
Zelda hits a tipper forwarder there.
It's not even. I don't even think it's less like tipper and more like Falcon Knee, where it's a specific timing. Wizard Kick will do it. Back air does it as well. And there are confirms that you would not expect to just explode from immediately, that just happen when you're playing against Zelda. Like we've seen with the elevator, or that move right there, the up air. It is an explosion, but still, a lot of people are like, dang, that killed me? You kidding me? So there's a lot of heavy setups with this character. You have to just sort of know, okay, what the character's capable of and what they're trying to do when the Phantom comes out. And even be extra careful off stage as well, because they will just send fireballs your way. And if one of them lands off stage, yeah, you can catch your stock goodbye.
I know one problem that the Zelda has is that the Zelda really likes up being into shield and just like up being into the other person, just like that. And they keep getting punished for it.
I think that might just be an angle situation where the Zelda is trying to recover to ledge and take ledge, but if they're afraid, like, if they tilt it any more directly sideways. Oh, another up air kill. Good job there. Tilt it any more sideways, they might get a downwards angle and not go underneath the ledge. So I get what you're saying. It just could be, a slight little execution there. But there we're seeing some combos coming out. Onto a dash attack. While not getting a soft hit in the back air. And that's another key to it. If you hit Zelda while she's charging up the Phantom, yeah, it sort of crumbles into dust.
anytime before it starts actually charging at you.
You can charge it for different durations to get different actions, like, the big swing upwards, the swing downwards, the 2-frame as well. Oh, yeah, I like that option, sort of up being in place. How is the Wolf going to recover? They're going to... What?
The Wolf is not able to recover.
That's a curious one, because Wolf, in theory, makes through that, but doesn't get hit by the Phantom, but gets body blocked by the Phantom. It's a curious case that people may want to go back and examine a little bit further, but yeah, either way it works. It's not as flashy, but it's still just as confusing, and honestly might hurt the soul a bit more, do a little bit more mental damage to GV. As for again, now Purdue Northwestern holding a lead early, whereas last time it was GV that sort of held a massive lead early and sort of kept it until Z came in at the end. This could be a quick game 2.
A really strong start for Purdue. They're definitely going to want to try to use Zelda to push that lead, take a stock or two on the next Grand Valley player, and just try to keep steamrolling through.
Yeah, that's where the uniqueness of the crew battle format comes in, because you have characters that thrive in unique situations, and a lot of the time, like a character like Zelda will thrive a lot more in an online setting or a crew battle setting like this, where okay, your opponent isn't gonna really expect the kill power you have. Especially we saw with the up air kills there, and with the elevator. Another character similar to that is Kazuya, where you can just sort of throw at a Kazuya, and with 3 hits they can take a stock. So that's another very volatile character. Steve's another one that can sort of stretch the pace of play. But specifically, Zelda is a character you don't see very often in standard bracket play. Because of their easy downloadability. Once you know like how a Zelda player is gonna play, you can sort of look around how you're gonna. It's a lot harder for Zelda to adapt on the fly than it is for you to adapt to the Zelda's game plan, because they have their setups under their fingers, and forcing them to change those setups a little bit really plays in your advantage.
For sure. So it looks like we have a Kazoo coming out with the King DDD.
Yes.
Or?
I
Nope.
mean, yes.
They're hesitating a bit.
Well, they have to declare the character. I'm sorry, the little echo is getting me a little bit. It's okay. They have to declare the character and then pick it. So there was a case where Purdue Northwestern picked a Roy and then hovered Crom. Thought, oh, you're gonna play Crom, but no, went back to Roy. So here we see it. DDD. I've seen my fair share, played my fair share of DDD. Shout out FSU Ivan. Shout out FSU Ivan. Could not make it out with us today, but
I'm always happy to see a DDD. Not to play against one, but like when I see it, it's like, yes. I love that man.
Zelda has some very interesting ways to interact with DDD, because a lot of DDD's game plan sets around that Gordo. It's on the surface level, a very similar game plan to Zelda, where you're going to want to set up that Gordo and force your opponent to make an option, and in most cases, you want to force them to make the wrong option. But Zelda does have that teleport to get around a lot of DDD's ledge traps.
For sure.
And a lot of ways to deal with Gordo, because you can reflect it, you can hit it with Phantom, you can hit it with pretty much whatever you want, and it'll just go right back at DDD. Makes countering the character a lot easier, but you got to be careful when you're just sort of jumping at him, and that is a bread and butter situation there.
Down smash.
Yeah, if you just sort of bounce Gordo at ledge and force your opponent can't jump over it, they can't neutral get up into it, so they have to roll, and if you roll, they down, and if they roll, you down smash. But there's a big wizard boot to take another stock against GV. Ooh, big ass smash not going to land.
Oh, and Zelda's not able to recover, but was able to take a stock on DDD.
Yeah. Still holding that 2-stock lead. Or sorry.
Holding a...
1-stock lead, okay.
Is that right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Zelda was at the 10, it went down to 9, so now it's 3 stocks on Purdue's next person.
Yeah, because
and
DDD
the
is
2
the second
stocks
player,
on
okay.
DDD, yep.
Wonder what other character options are hiding in Purdue Northwestern's bag of tricks.
Let's see, what did they have? They obviously have Z.
I mean, like deep picks and characters because
And they got Young Link hiding in there, I believe.
I saw them warming up, and I saw them warming up as Sheik. I don't exactly know who plays the Sheik, but that's a possibility as well.
I've not seen a Sheik out of Purdue yet.
But given Purdue's game plan, that could very well be Z's secondary character if the Joker isn't working.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like the Joker was working so well for Z. I don't see Z swapping off of it, and it looks like the Young Link player is probably coming out here.
No, it was just because they had the third one.
Yep. So it is actually swimmingly.
Yeah, it's going to be the Luigi.
The Luigi. Okay, so.
More Luigi play. It's against a bigger body, though, so this is actually a much tougher matchup for DDD because Fireball contests against Gordo, so you can just sort of throw that out, and as a bigger body, you're going to be a lot... Oh, yeah, just straight up for God's sake, it's not. Good thing you parried, although I don't think it would have mattered. Good thing like they didn't hit the Luigi beforehand, but...
Okay, so now it's actually starting for real.
DDD can just sort of inhale the fireball that's coming back out, but you got to be careful if you're going to be drawing the opponent to you, especially a Luigi that can grab like that.
Yeah, for sure, and DDD really needs to be careful about down being into this, or not down being, into down tilting into Luigi's shield, because Luigi can punish that really hard.
Or even dash attacking into Luigi's shield.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. Shield up smash. Make sure your opponent's punish. Right? Dash attack swimmingly gets me a lot of mileage out of that dash attack. Because whenever they just like the other stuff doesn't seem to be landing, which there's another swimmingly misfire. Another one for this Luigi.
Okay, Luigi's holding him at ledge.
Ready to recover, there's nothing there. Okay, gets ready to off stage. Oh, go for that up tilt, not finding it just yet. Trying to do some K-Rool shenanigans off stage with the vacuum, not finding it, and now, as DDD, how are you going to focus your way back on stage when the Luigi just keeps on dropping plungers?
There we go. Both on stage and neutral looking for a pick.
Yeah, neutral reset once again. Swimmingly trying to force a bring back this two-stock lead. The back air is going to do it, and there's that two-stock lead back for Purdue Northwestern. And still living, but only for a split second.
Okay, so that leaves Purdue with Luigi on two stocks.
Yep, Luigi on two stocks. Starting to take it for a ride, but great SDI early there from Keizu. Not getting stuck in the Luigi shenanigans.
For sure.
Oh yeah, just sort of playing some tennis. This is the suction. Okay. Ooh, rolling up B. At two-stock lead.
Purdue continuing to keep their lead on Grand Valley, now 8-6.
Now you're going to see that either that K-Rool or that Corrin come back out again. And against the Luigi, ooh, against the Luigi.
And with Z in the back pocket for Purdue, this is not looking good for Grand Valley.
No, not looking good at all.
Does it mean that they can't bring it back? There's still a chance.
Yeah, there's still a good chance.
But they're really going to need to clutch up in these next 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. GV's got to form some stage of comeback here, whether it be with the Corrin or the K-Rool, as now the deliberation continues.
Now they're figuring out which stage they want to ban, which one's going to benefit their pick the most.
All big thinking. Hovering up towards the battlefields. Ooh, maybe a Smashville pick?
Could be. I guess we'll just have to see. Probably not the Bridge of Eldon. A small battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And coming out, we have Soon on Rob. So we got Rob versus Luigi. Luigi on 2 stocks, if I recall correctly. Yep.
Not getting ready. Look here, small battlefield. Another one of those closer, smaller stages.
Luigi's
The second time in a row.
where they
player
just
forgot to take the
completely
first stop.
forget to.
Smash Court, man, we're just too conditioned to, oh, it says go, and then we just start fighting.
Was that? I believe that was Purdue.
No,
was
that,
the
yeah,
Luigi?
it was swimmingly. That's sort of what he had to do at the start of the set. He just forgot to do it. There you go. Oh, wow, going for that reverse back air. Interesting choice. Would have sent him all the way across the stage, but I think they're looking for more of that IRAR.
Gyro and laser.
Weird. Gyro just going
A lot of percentage on this Luigi.
100% early. They're making it back. Up
For
air.
this to start going well for Grand Valley, this Rob's going to need to take out this Luigi really quickly, because they're going to need as many stocks as they can get for the rest of this game.
Yeah, there's that spin cycle landing. Making it back. Not going to get spiked, too. Good job from Swimmingly to make it back. Which can't be neutral. That's the meat grinder right there. Don't want to be caught in between the down tilts of Rob and the gyro, because that's a lot of percent built early into the grab down point. That's not what you want to be. Good job avoiding it.
Luigi's looking for some way to finish off Rob here at the ledge, but it doesn't look like it's going to go through.
Laser spin cycle not landing. Nice little fair. Oh, patience as well to see which way they're going to roll to create space. Can't really roll through it. Okay, good jump from ledge. Doesn't go for the grab back throw either. There's
The grab.
down throw. Up B
Oh,
not landing.
misses the up.
And there's the punish.
Like at this point,
Oh
Luigi
my.
just wants to look for a kill on this Rob, and that would be doing pretty well for his team.
Now just sort of pushing the pressure on Rob, but coming up on the wrong side of it time and time again. Almost stuck on the meat grinder for a second. Looks like it was some big punish dash attack. Not going to kill just yet. That spin, giving your own spin cycle, but is it gonna,
Punish.
ooh, nice
Does
mash.
not get a grab though. Or grab throw.
Dash attack again.
Not able to punch the dash attack this time.
Wow, fireball just being completely neutralized, and the side B, the
Oh,
spin
the side
cycle's
B
going
takes
to
him
take
out.
it.
So that should even up Purdue and Grand Valley.
We're
Very
back.
nice game from Rob.
We are back to even.
And that's exactly what they needed to start evening this thing out.
I think still at this point, saving Z for the very end. But remember, Grand Valley already has less stocks than they did than they were at this point in the last game, when Z took 7. So if the Bowser Jr. can take another 3, oh my.
I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see the young Link here. Being
I
picked by,
believe the Young Link player was the Zelda at the very beginning.
Oh,
So it could be a case of it is the Bowser Jr. coming out instead. Or I could be completely mistaken, and you were right, and it is the Young Link.
because the young Link is RWBYO.
Yeah, Gokuri Ruby, I think.
Yep, there we go. And, yep, here's the young Link.
It is, yeah. So that means the Bowser Jr. player was the Zelda at the very beginning.
Okay, so that should be young Link versus Rob, Final Destination. Once they decide to lock
Yeah,
in.
just picking the right color.
Of course.
It's a very important pick.
Yeah, you really need to decide what pajamas you're going to wear as young Link.
Mm-hmm. Dang, they are thinking.
They decided on Cyan.
Going on, yeah. A little bit of tea. Here we go, back to FD. Interesting pick here. Both these players are going to want to play the same way. And since nobody, Rob did not lose a stock the last game, they're just going right off the start here.
Youngling getting a very early lead on this job. Rob picking it back up as soon as he can.
Keeping it right back up. Just ripping the up smash.
Yeah, Youngling is definitely looking to get as much damage off as possible. Seems like he's always pressing buttons.
Down tilt, re-grab, down throw. What's going to be punished? Your up tilt up there. Not going to be
Not enough to kill, and the laser misses.
The neutral get up into the gyro. Not what you're looking for. You got to find some way around it. And something to keep in mind when, up, up
Yep.
the...
Forward smash. Yeah, forward smash punish.
Yep. Just like that, GB has the lead again. Hunter, how are you going to deal with this Rob?
Told him to go up there.
63%.
Brutal. So this Youngling should be looking to take as many stocks as he can off this Rob for Z to come out and hopefully clean up.
Fair. That's typically what younglings are looking for to kill, but not doing it just there at over 100%. Down tilt, keep putting that pressure on. Wow.
Back air kills. This match is not going well for Youngling.
Purdue Northwestern finally getting the first stock off this Rob. Keep a sort of one stock lead here, but it's all about taking out a second one. Set Z for success. Get up throw. Get up there to continue along with it. And one of the big problems you do see while Youngling has a lot of range with the projectile game, the sword is very stubby, so you do have to be up in your opponent's face to deal with it. Down throw up smash, not doing it.
Not enough time for that up smash to go off.
And that's sort of what you kind of got to do at this point. You have to, back here, Nair, not doing it. Almost wanted that down smash, but there's just a raw F smash taking on shield. Side B landing, not dead yet, but the snipe?
Oh, no, not enough. Yeah.
Bomb recovery. They're
Yeah.
back, but no.
And the spike.
Dunk.
Yeah, that is what Rob was looking for. So now this should be Z on the Joker versus the rest of Rob and whoever Grand Valley State's last player is.
Being asked to do it again. I mean,
with slightly less stocks involved this time, but
yep, slightly less. Still just as possible.
tilts in Grand Valley's favor, but Joker still after that incredible presentation in the last set still stands a very good chance at pulling this out for his team.
Yeah. With only one option left, though, it's time to dig deep. Z got it in to do it again.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, that is yet to find out.
Anything fun going on in the Twitch chat?
No, absolutely nothing.
Oh, damn.